Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, this time for the week ending the 7th of November 2021. At time of recording, we are keenly awaiting the release of Star Citizen Alpha 3.15 to live, which could potentially be any hour now. Hopefully. But while we wait, we have a summary of the latest Inside Star Citizen, looking at mining gadgets and other content coming to 3.16, the next major patch after 3.15, and beyond that as well. Cloud Imperium are integrating easy anti-cheat, and what is holding up 3.15 in the PTU currently. We had an Inside Star Citizen sweet gadget of mine. Mining gadgets are planned for Alpha 3.16, and they aim to help expand out mining gameplay with risk reward, giving you more to do. If you choose to EVA out and place a gadget on a mineable, it allows single players to mine more difficult rocks if they use these gadgets. There are a variety of different gadgets that go through a range of risk, speed, and difficulty sort of bonuses and negatives based on which one you use. This is dangerous as you're out of your ship, obviously, but you attach the gadget to the rock and then have to select the correct resonance. There's a bit of a mini game there, basically matching the waveform, and then activate it. These gadgets are destroyable, and you can choose to deactivate them as well. They're also currently looking at mechanics for the Starfarer and its refining, and getting it able to refine some of what the Mole and Prospector can mine. This will help close off that gameplay loop for mining and that type of resource acquisition. This is going to be considered a gold standard for what other professions should contain and how in-depth they may be. So mining is getting very much finished off to a large degree. Obviously, there's still strip mining from the Orion and other bits and bobs they will be doing as well. I am looking forward to Cloud Imperium talking more about the Starfarer, because we're left in a little bit of limbo, not knowing exactly its plans for the future. We know it's going to be a refining ship. Obviously, it's fuel. It's going to be able to refuel other ships, but how much in the way of sort of gas siphoning or mining, harvesting, is it going to be able to do? Is it going to be a siphoning salvage ship as well? Is it going to be able to be set up for lots and lots and lots of different things? Or how modular is it going to be? And we'll know once Cloud Imperium tell us a bit more. There was also a sprint report here. Brand logos were shown off. The final pass was recently completed for the Mercenary Guild. They will be a way of legally operating as a hired gun in UEE space, providing missions and rep to players that want to participate with mercenary type missions. The Drake Vulture is coming online in 2022, and they are working through its grey box phase now. There are various additions to the DNA system with new heads and textures for them. You'll be able to customize your eyebrows too soon. They showed an updated Miles Eckhart, but basically we should be seeing prettier, better looking NPCs in the near future, as well as more additions to characters, sort of the way they look. They showed off some amazing looking Hurston security armor, which you can actually get in-game for yourself. It's pretty professional and impressive looking. I think it was called the Quaranus armor. I have no idea how to spell that. There's a cool looking pipe that comes out of the helmet, which looks like it only appears if you're wearing the helmet and torso piece together. Also, in this piece, the player was able to run around Hurston with his weapon out. Maybe the removal of green zones, as we know it, is coming soon too. But really great looking armor there. And obviously they're going to be updating the Hurston security to be having that armor too. There is a cool set of graffiti and murals that Cloud Imperium have been concepting, sort of like for outlaw stations at Pyro. I love them, even though they're all explorations of what they might have in the future. Continuing with the Outlaw and Pyro space stations, they've been concepting further externals for space stations. Some of these may even be used for different star systems, not just Pyro. There are some pretty cool ones here, lots of different types of station. That's cool. I want to see more stuff in-game. They've confirmed that 3.15.1 is going to be coming out with the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is interesting because that's a very short time frame for the live build, and then straight on to sort of 3.15.1. Not much time in just 3.15.0, I suppose. There's actually a reasonably important post that I want to read out from Cloud Imperium. Easy anti-cheat coming in Alpha 3.15.1. With the release of Alpha 3.15.1 later this month, we'll introduce the first phase of our Easy Anti-Cheat EAC rollout for Star Citizen. Easy Anti-Cheat is an anti-cheat service used by numerous popular games, many of which you've probably played, countering cheating and the use of unauthorized third-party software in multiplayer PC games. Preventing the use of potentially harmful software, including cheats, in our games remains one of our critical objectives for creating a fun and fair multiplayer experience for everyone to enjoy. As a result, you may encounter an error message that will either kick you from the game or prevent you from launching the game due to the detection of unauthorized changes in your game files. We are aware that some players are using mod files to enhance their game experience, such as changes to the UI, localization, additional language support, and more. We want to give you an early heads up that EAC will block most of these mods initially, which will result in you being unable to launch the game until the modded files are removed from your local download. However, the passion and creativity of the Star Citizen community knows no bounds, and some of the ongoing projects out there are truly remarkable, especially on the localization front. While you may encounter these mods not working with 3.15.1, we are already exploring what a mod approval program might look like, which could allow for mods to be whitelisted after an extensive compatibility and security check from our side. We're not ready to commit to this yet, but we've already reached out to some of the mod creators out there and are exploring options, and will report back soon. Lastly, it's important to note this is our first proper implementation of anti-cheat, which means there are going to be edge cases and issues, and the service will become more robust over time. We encourage you to share your feedback in our dedicated feedback thread, which we will publish when anti-cheat goes live. So, obviously, I'm not super happy with localization and certain mods and not being appropriate for Star Citizen anymore. There's some cool like shader mod stuff you can do. It's a bit of a shame for that to go. The localization stuff, the localization of having it in different languages, Star Citizen, and obviously the HUDs in different languages, it was fantastic. That going away is not ideal for people that don't really speak English or read English. And also, I'm quite critical of most anti-cheats, as I hate them having access to my PC. I feel that they're invasive. Yes, we do need to be mindful of cheating and have preventions for it. And easy anti-cheat is probably one of the more okayish ones. It should be checking for just modded files as well here, so it's not as invasive as it could have been. And it can have Linux support and that sort of stuff as well. So I suppose we'll have to see what this means for 3.15.1 once released, but I will be checking that out. There was a Star Citizen Live Outer Space interface where they talked about UI updates coming in over the next few patches. We should see more manufacturer-based UIs for ships, and they're still evolving these UIs. The Gladius is going to be the sort of test ship for any UI updates. Once they have completed integrating the operator modes, comms, etc., into the sort of HUD and UI they all want for a ship, they'll complete out the Aegis HUD, put it into Gladius, then move on to the others. We will have MFD updates, multifunction displays, and they're going to have like persistence in the future as well, so it will sort of be saved between your visits. You'll have deeper targeting in the future as well. They're looking at a landing radar for ships. They've done some work on the new star map, which I think is pretty exciting, because we need the star map to be updated and to be good. It's going to incorporate both radar and then a larger galactic scale when you sort of zoom out. However, it's going to take a while, and there's some other tech that needs to be in place before they can go ahead and actually get this in the game, but expect maybe something like the star map from the RSI website, only somewhat improved and brought into game. There have been 3 new PTU patches in the last few days trying to address bugs and solve a major instability issue, R, S, and T. I'll really quickly summarise the changes in those patches. They made further sync fixes and optimizations for NPC locomotion that should help AI with teleporting and moving around without animating properly. Further improvements were made to help on-foot NPCs react to players and avoid getting stuck in areas inside underground facilities. Medical beacons should now correctly work. You should be able to buy and sell from ships and vehicles properly. Wind is less angry and camera shaky. Trains should no longer open into the void. Lots of respawning issues were solved, and there were loads of new server and client optimizations and fixes. They also fixed items disappearing and despawning as much, being stuck in down states. There are lots and lots of fixes there. Problems with streaming objects in and account resets were made. There are still many known issues. At least a couple of these need to be fixed ASAP realistically. There's some desyncing with inventory, for example. But the most important one is general server and client instability. There's been loads of 30k crashes and problems in the recent few PTU releases, and they've been deploying hotfixes to solve them. And this we'll see a live build almost certainly once a couple of these issues are solved, or at least the patch is a little more stable. However, the latest T patch is potentially a release candidate because it did come at least close to solving a lot of this. It actually is a huge amount more stable, and I played it for a couple of hours. It seemed stable enough to me. I mean, I didn't crash, but I feel my sample of 1 is not necessarily representative of the whole community. Boom, that's it for the news today, but what do you think? Will we get 3.15 later today? Today is Saturday at time of recording, and I think we will. I'd put a tiny little bet on it, potentially. Hopefully it's already gone live by the time you watch this. If not, it might be on Monday. I mean, it's certainly, if it's not ready, it's not ready. Are you looking forward to mining gadgets? Are you excited for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? They did confirm that 3.15.1 is going to be released at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, so very short downtime between 3.15.0 to 3.15.1. Well, I suppose no downtime, but, you know, very short uptime. In 3.15.0. Do you think easy anti-cheat is necessary, or is it too invasive? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.